Hey, Void. So, this is another one that kind of slipped into my A rotations even before I finished with there, but it's a B, so not too far off. 2017's Baby Driver. So, this movie is Edgar Wright being very Edgar Wright, and in the best way possible. I really do enjoy this film. So, I essentially met up with some friends, and we wanted a movie, and most of them had not seen Baby Driver, so it was one of those, okay, you guys have to see this. Now, this one follows Baby, as he is the getaway driver for Kevin Spacey, or Doc, bank robbery crew. So, they do heists, and Baby does the getaway driving. Now, Baby is the youngest member of the team, hence the name, but he's been boosting cars since he was really young, and he's a really good driver. However, he's got a bad tinnitus in his ears, so to drown it out, he always has his headphones on and music playing. So, his soundtrack we are constantly hearing, and this movie's soundtrack is kind of amazing. This movie is very into the soundtrack and how it suffuses Baby's life. Like, half the things he'll be moving along to the music, and that really plays out with everything. Occasionally we'll see graffiti that is like he has timed the words in his song to hit those spots. Heck, when gunfights break out, they are to the beat of the song. Hearing a gunfight to the beat of Tequila was pretty great. So the movie is a lot of fun, doesn't take itself too seriously, but isn't afraid to get kind of heavy with some of the characters' interpersonal dramas. So Baby, he's in it to Doc because he boosted Doc's car many years ago, and he had a lot of drug merchandise in it, so that was all lost. So he's been paying back Doc by being the getaway driver for a much smaller cut. So, however, Baby's most recent job just got him clear, so now he can not have to deal with being a criminal anymore. And since his adoptive father, a deaf older man who needs some kind of care, is quite relieved that Baby's now getting out. Now Baby's able to start living his life. He goes to a diner and starts striking up a conversation with the waitress, and those two start getting some good chemistry. Problem is, he's a really good driver, so Doc isn't done with him. And while he doesn't owe Doc anymore, you don't say no to him, as he's willing to threaten both the girlfriend and his adoptive father. So, gets him in for the biggest gig yet. However, some members of this crew, as Doc rarely works with the exact same crew each time, aren't completely reliable, and things are quickly threatening to spiral out of control, particularly with Bats, played by Jamie Foxx, being a very erratic loose cannon that clearly seems to have a beef with Baby. Well, so it's a heist film. It's got a lot of great driving action scenes, and this movie actually has some really good comedy in it as well, particularly the Michael Myers Halloween joke. This movie is fun. It's a musical blast. It has high energy. It keeps you invested. You really start worrying about Baby and how things are going to go out. So, I do highly recommend checking this one out. Especially if movies with a kickin' soundtrack are your thing, where the soundtrack plays into the movie. This is definitely a good hit for that. So, I know Kevin Spacey is, well, Kevin Spacey, but if you can overlook his presence in a movie, I mean, he does do his job well in this film, but yeah. Otherwise, I do highly recommend Baby Driver. For me, it's a solid 8. This movie is very good. Not my usual style of film, so it's not one I put on regularly, but it is enjoyable, and I do like Edgar Wright's work in general, so highly recommend Baby Driver. Alright, it's going to be a short one, because when a movie's really good, less for me to gripe about. Check it out. See you soon, Void.